Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Inside the Valley. Joining us this morning from Friends of Animal Rescue, we have Sherry Pindard, and we also have Jamie Whetstone. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
First of all, tell us about your shelter, Friends of Animal Rescue.
Friends of Animal Rescue, we started in 2010, and we were assisting the city of Port Isabel. The city was taking over their shelter, and we had 90 days to place 400 animals. So after we went ahead and placed those, we went ahead and opened up Friends of Animal Rescue and Recovery Center on South Padre Island, and now focusing on the island's homeless animals.
All right, so your shelter is pretty unique in the valley. It is a no-kill shelter.
Correct.
So that's really important because I know a lot of people like the fact that there is a shelter like that here in the valley.
We believe every homeless animal, there's a home out there for everybody. We do not euthanize for space or for overcrowding.
And so how many animals do you have? Is this open to all animals or just your more traditional animals?
Well, we actually take care of wildlife as well. The birds, the raccoons, the ducks, they come in, and we work with Sea Life Center and Sea Turtle and go ahead and put those out to go ahead and save those as well. And surrendered animals, you need to be island residents to surrender those to the shelter. But there's lost ones that are lost all the time, and they're brought into us.
And those are mainly cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs.
And you have a very special dog with you today, Jamie. You have Hope. Tell everybody about Hope's story.
Well, Hope was brought into us a few weeks ago. She was hit by a car, and a concerned citizen saw this happen. It was a hit and run. They got Hope into their car. They called the local authorities and the local shelter, and couldn't get a response. She's sweet, as you can see.
Yes, she is.
And they ended up bringing her to us. We rushed her to the vet for emergency surgery. She had to get,
She just wants some loving.
She's so sweet. I have chapstick on. She had to get one leg amputated. You can't see it. She's pressed up against me, but then a back leg was broken. And so that's healed up pretty nicely, and her wound from the amputation is healing nicely, but she's undergone some pretty intensive surgery, and she had to be quarantined for a while so that there's no infection, and it's been kind of a tough road for her.
But she's going to be okay.
She's going to be great, yeah.
And so now you're looking for a home for her.
We are. We will be in probably, what, 3 or 4 weeks?
We have about 3 or 4 weeks of rehabilitation for her. So we'll be accepting applications for people who want to adopt her.
Right. And so, you know, one of the things about your shelter, in addition to the fact that it's a no-kill shelter, is that you also help injured animals.
Yes, if we have 2 vets that we can contact, and when we're open 7 days a week from 10 to 5, and we always try to save each and every one of them, truly.
And I would imagine that it's very difficult with operating costs to keep this going, and so you all have to get help from the community.
Absolutely.
We do. Other than cash donations that come into our shelter, the front of our shelter is Rescue Me Resale. It's a resale store, so people donate merchandise to us, from furniture to clothing to household goods to jewelry to everything, and all proceeds go to also benefit to take care of all of the animals. And we do some fundraisers throughout the year, but that's how we raise the money to take care of their daily needs.
All right, so anybody can donate, whether they have some furniture that they want to just get rid of, and then that way you can sell it to everyone or someone else who may need that piece of furniture or jewelry or whatever.
That's right. And stuff that's donated to us, if we cannot sell it, we redonate it out to Children's Medina Home, and we also redonate it to the Abused Women's Shelter in Brownsville. So the stuff does not get thrown away. It does get filtered out, and depending on your area, we will also offer to come pick up your merchandise if you're not able to bring it to our shelter.
All right, that's wonderful. You know, all the work that you're doing, and there's so many animals out there who need so much help. And through the years, how many animals would you say you've been able to help out?
We average about 800 live intakes a year, and this is our 5th year. So that's a lot of animals coming through our shelter.
And how many find homes?
We are at 86%. We are able to place into homes. Or we first and foremost, we always try to reunite with their owner. So we will go through that process, and if we cannot find an owner, they're unclaimed, then we go ahead and we spay, neuter, vaccinate, microchip, heartworm test, and do a treatment if they're positive, and then put them up for adoption.
And the adoption process, the application process is pretty much the same.
Right, they come in, they have to complete an application, we check their references, we do an interview, home inspections, and then once approved, then they get their new home.
And so how much does it cost to adopt your regular cat or dog out there?
The dogs are $85 and the cats are $25, and that includes all of the vetting.
Fantastic. And tell everybody out there why it's so important, if you do have a cat or a dog, to please spay and neuter them.
The city and the area is so overpopulated, and there's so many out there that are homeless and they need homes. And if we could do the spaying and the neutering, we would lower those numbers. And also, according to our vet, spaying and neutering will also help them, like females, if they don't get spayed, they're prone of getting cervical cancer. So if you spay them, it'll also eliminate them and help take care of their health needs.
So it's just very, very important that we all need to do our part to help this.
Everybody, we
cause.
all need to spay and neuter your animals, yes.
And I see we've had some graphics. I'm looking at some of the cats there. There's a 7-month-old Roy right there.
Roy is a black and white kitty that was found behind a restaurant in a dumpster and brought into us, and now we've neutered him and vaccinated him and microchipped him, and he's up looking for his forever home.
Roy's special. He has FIV, which he's not showing any symptoms at this point. It's basically feline AIDS, essentially. But he's been vaccinated and he's doing totally fine. He just needs a home where he's either the only pet or they're all indoor cats. Otherwise, the disease can be spread, or his immune system is down, essentially. But he's a sweet little boy. We're looking for a special home for him.
And you have a special fund going right now for Hope.
We do. Hope was the reason why we started the fund. So the fund is called Fund Hope for an Animal, and we're raising money not only for her medical costs, because it does get pretty expensive to take care of animals that have been injured, like Hope with the emergency and extensive surgery, but also for other animals that come in that are sick and injured, because we have several that are emaciated when they come in. We have several that are in the midst of accidents when they come in, and so that fund goes to help them.
And so you can help folks by donating to the Hope Fund, but there's many ways. You can go shop there at the store there where people are donating their items. And I noticed you also had something going on with Amazon as well.
Yeah, we're part of Amazon Smile, which if you're a 501c3 nonprofit, which we are, you're able to be a part of that. And if people sign up and choose us as their charity, proceeds, you're such a love bug. Proceeds from that, anytime you shop on Amazon with Smile, a percentage of that will actually go back to us.
And it goes a long way,
It
right?
does.
Every single dollar helps out.
Every dollar helps, truly does.
Yeah, because you all are helping hundreds and hundreds of animals every single year. So we wish you all the best with all of your efforts. Folks out there, call the number there on your screen to help them out. I'm sure you're looking for volunteers as well.
Always. Always looking for volunteers to come walk dogs, to come socialize the cats, to make them, we can put them from being scared and timid over to the adoption side. We're always looking for volunteers.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us and sharing that important information.
Oh, thank you very much.
And we're going to be right back. We're going to have all the details in just a few minutes about McAllen's Tamale Fest. Stay with us.